What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I want to give you 5 tips to help you maximize a 12-minute run for distance on the treadmill. Now, a 12-minute run for distance is exactly how it sounds. It's 12 minutes going as far as you can on the treadmill. And while that might seem daunting, hopefully these 5 tips can give you the confidence, the encouragement, and the strategies to help you get the most out of the effort and get the most out of yourself. So my first tip for you is about pacing. And when it comes to these longer duration endurance efforts, the most efficient way to run them is to go at a steady, continuous, unchanging pace for the most part. And what I mean by that is, let's say you ran the entire thing, let's give an arbitrary number, at 6 miles per hour. The amount of energy that it would take your body to run at 6 miles per hour for the entire 12 minutes compared to, let's say you ran 5 miles per hour for 1 minute, 7 miles per hour for the second, back to 5 miles per hour, back to 7, and alternated, which would average out to 6 miles per hour, the interval changing of that is a lot more taxing on our body. And while it's a great way to train and build your fitness, it's not a great way to optimize your strategy on a race day or on a race effort where you're trying to do it as efficiently as possible. So your best bet is to stick with a continuous pace, one that you're going to hold relatively the same from start to finish. Not saying that you can't build a little bit throughout, but we'll get into that in a second. But I encourage you to think about a singular pace, for the most part, that you want to hold from start to finish. So if you're using the Orange Theory terminology, thinking about a low and push effort, maybe about a 1 mile per hour or so over your base effort, as a good starting point. And while holding a steady, continuous pace for the most part is the overall goal, my second tip for you is to check in with yourself at certain landmarks throughout the 12 minutes. Check in with yourself about a quarter of the way in, so 3 minutes in, halfway point at 6 minutes in, and then at 9 minutes in, which is the 3/4 mark, and then at the 11-minute mark before that last minute, that last opportunity for you to really empty the tank. But those other checkpoints, the quarter of the way, halfway, and 3/4 of the way, are a chance for you to be honest with yourself and adjust yourself as you need to. Because of course we want to be running at, the best intensity that we can, but we never want to be losing control. We don't want to feel like things are out of our control. And so using your arrow keys, those up and down arrows, to adjust your pace by 0.1 up or down or a couple beats up or down as you need to, those small adjustments aren't going to make as big of a difference as these big drastic changes to pace. So be ready to use those 0.1s up or down as you need to at those checkpoints. My third tip for you is to focus on your breathing. Because it's 12 minutes and by the end you want to be totally toast and done, we have to do our best to try to keep ourselves calm throughout the intensity of the effort. And so when you're running, it's good to get yourself into a good breathing pattern. And that's going to be a little bit different for everyone, but generally what I would encourage you to try is think about a 3 steps breathe in, 4 steps breathe out. Giving yourself that pattern of a nice big inhale in and an extended exhale outward. And that way we're getting the oxygen all the way in and all the way out of our body as well. And keeping your breath controlled is also going to help you just manage the effort and make the whole thing seem less frantic and a lot more controlled and, controlled. But you may choose to lengthen that out to maybe a 4 steps breathe in, 4 steps breathe out, or you can shorten it up like a 2 steps breathe in, 4 steps breathe out. But especially giving that good exhale on the way out, that's going to help you keep calm, focused, and confident from start to finish. Now, my 4th tip for you is to be mindful that your heart rate is going to be very high from start to finish. Unlike a lot of the training sessions that you might do over the course in your fitness journey, when it comes to a fitness test, like this 12-minute benchmark run is, typically our body tends to quote-unquote freak out a little bit, but not in a bad way, but our heart rate tends to get very high from the start and stay high continuously from start to finish. And so if you're not used to seeing your heart rate spike up very quickly at the start of an intense effort, expect that to happen during this 12-minute run and don't let that freak you out. Your body's not going to burn out on you. It's just a little bit more ready to bring it than usual. So keep calm with the high heart rates and again, focus on your breathing like we talked about in the last tip and you'll be good to go. Just know that your heart rate will be high. But with all of that in mind, my final tip for you is to trust yourself. Trust in the fitness that you have been building over the last few, maybe it's been days, maybe it's been weeks, maybe it's been months, maybe it's been years. But the hard work and the effort that you put in on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, That is not all for nothing. You're not making yourself uncomfortable and working hard just for nothing. You're getting fit. You're getting better. And if you really go about this with a positive attitude and a mindset to really give your best, especially by the end, you are going to freaking crush it. You just got to believe, and you just got to give it the best effort that you can. So guys, I hope these 5 tips could help you out for conquering the 12-minute benchmark treadmill effort. Keep those tips in mind throughout. And of course, give your best, forget the rest. That's what it's all about. So if you enjoyed the video, please let me know what you think down in the comments below. Leave a like if you did, and share it to others that might want this info as well. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.